This is converse or converse. I hate the English language. Anyway.
Yeah, me too.
All right. And welcome back to Seismic Heroes.
Hello.
Welcome back. Yes. And this episode is not sponsored by Arby's. Arby's with the Meat Mountain today. You can have the shits. That's right. Have the shits.
Man, you're just taking down all potential sponsors one by one.
Why not? I'm not turning down Taco Bell. Now, Taco Bell wants to sponsor an episode of Seismic Heroes. I'll listen.
As long as they don't cut that menu back down in half again.
That's true. Yeah, stop doing that, please. You already got rid of my double decker, which I'm mad about. But also, can you stop raising the prices, Taco Bell? Like, honestly, like,
it's becoming a problem.
Like, I'm sorry, the chicken quesadilla, it should not be $5.
No,
it should not be $5. That was like a staple of mine, and now it's too expensive. Like, oh, come on. I see your harem's dinging at you again.
Yeah. I'm still not dead yet, so.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so we're back here. We just found we got Herlock Sholmes investigating now. We've got the inspector. We found out that he's actually on the ship now, but he's a sailor as well. So yeah, let's converse.
So, what are your special orders this time, Inspector?
Yes, and why are you dressed as a member of the crew? Oh, yes. I was just thinking. I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I take full responsibility.
For what?
My orders were to act as Asagi's-san's bodyguard. Wow, you did a great job. Ow! My back! It was Minister of Justice Jigoku who pushed for this overseas study tour to go ahead. And he entrusted me with ensuring that Asagi-san reached Great Britain without being assassinated.
Assassinated? How could that even have been a possibility?
I'm not sure. But these are complicated times. There are tensions between the world's greatest powers. Mr. Jigoku said we should be prepared for all eventualities.
This is incredible.
I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama was assassinated? Obviously, we couldn't give Asagi-san a visible security escort. Which is why I'm undercover now, posing as one of the crew. I see. And I didn't take my eyes off him the entire time we've been on board, from morning until night every day. But I never imagined it would happen here inside of his own cabin. Not here on the first class deck. I failed miserably at my assignment, and Asagi-san is dead as a result. I'm a disgrace. All I can do is humbly apologize.
He's the killer.
Yep.
Inspector.
So if there's anything else at all I can do to help now, just say the word.
You must die. We're doing what we can to investigate Kazuma's death ourselves.
I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer.
Of course not.
We'd really like to investigate the cabin next door. I'm determined.
Yes, so we need to be allowed out of this cabin.
I'm sorry.
What?
You've been deemed at a risk to the ship's safety. if you're moved to even touch the handle of the cabin door. That stormy-looking seaman there would surely snap your neck in two.
I suppose. I'm not just a stowaway now. They think I'm a murderer as well.
Would it be possible to give me something to work with, do you think? I'm gonna need something persuasive. What do you mean? If I had a solid reason why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example, I'd do everything I could to persuade the captain to allow it. Really, I'd lay my life on the line if I had to.
But I don't see how.
There may be a way.
What? Really?
Think of how you tried to persuade me of your innocence, Naruto-san. By presenting me with a piece of evidence that you already had in your possession.
Evidence?
It's just the same as when you were in court. You must have done it many times during your trial. Simply select the present panel and choose some evidence that Inspector Hasanaga could use.
So, evidence that would give us a viable reason to investigate the next door cabin, is it? Alright, yes. I think I might know what we can use. I'd see if I can present the detective with the evidence that he needs to persuade the captain.
Oh, what do you got for me, sir?
Dagger.
Yeah. Let's see. Be that.
What's on the back of that paper? Do we ever... we can flip it around?
Who's you?
I wonder if that's the girl from the first crime.
Nah, the first girl was English. This one's Russian.
How do we know she's not both? Or
Yes.
we're faking it?
That's true.
This is interesting.
Have you found something relevant, Naruto-san?
Well, no, I mean, it looks like it might be interesting. But I can't read.
I can't read a single word, I'm afraid.
Nor can I. But look at this picture. Perhaps it's about a beautiful young Russian princess, do you think?
She is very pretty, isn't she? I suppose you enjoy articles like this, do you? You probably got a whole pile of Playboys underneath your bed.
Yeah, you loser. I don't know. I can't make any sense of it.
Ah, I'm glad you noticed this article.
The hell did you come from?
Ah! Got stabbed again.
Allow me to give you a short summary of its contents.
Oh, thank you. He pops up everywhere. This Mr. Sholmes.
It's about the disappearance of a young lady last night. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. During a performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer was reported missing. She is, of course, the talented young Nikolina Pavlova.
Why are Russian names so hard to remember?
Hey, your guys aren't the easiest either. Nobody's name is easy to remember.
It would appear the woman was in costume when she was found to be missing from her dressing room. Wearing the diamond tiara you see pictured, which is worth some 20,000 rubles.
Oh, how much is 20,000 rubles?
I have no idea, but I'm quite sure. It must be an unbelievable sum of money.
Susato-san's eyes are shining like diamonds themselves.
I'm buying like a diamond. The tiara is the property of the Novovich Ballet. It would seem the director is beside herself with worry.
Yes, I'm not surprised.
The company is most anxious to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara. They've requested international assistance at all ports with sailings to Great Britain.
Could this be another case of the Russian fleeing his or her country?
It does seem to be the Russian thing to do.
I'm not even going to dignify that with a response, Mr. Naruto. Article about the ballerina.
Good.
So apparently we needed that. Oh, I don't think... We already have this on the front. I don't think that's going to do anything.
Yeah, there's not much we're going to get here, I don't think.
I'm afraid I can't read a word of Russian.
Nope, me neither. I have no idea what any of this says.
Ah, I just so happened to pop up again. The pair of you floundering is a sorry sight. Allow me to offer some assistance. The article in the front page of this newspaper is concerned with a fearsome Russian revolutionary. It reads, revolutionary violent Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai.
Yes, you told us that before.
It reveals also that those who see the man's beard with their own eyes never live to tell the tale.
Oh my goodness, he is fearsome.
Well, presumably the newspaper photographer was alright, wasn't he?
The solution is obvious, of course. If he despises his beard.
Yeah, despises. Yeah, that's
Yep,
despise.
yep.
Okay.
His beard to that degree, he need only shave it off.
I'm not quite sure that's the problem, Mr. Sholmes. Okay, so there's nothing there.
Weird.
Maybe the diary? Because it says something about it?
Well, I mean, that would be enough of a reason for us to say, hey, we need to go in the other room because he saw something in the vent.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, the first two, like that one just says keep out. I mean, that's the only thing that actually mentions anything about the vent. So,
How do I...
present.
Oh, is there a present button?
Yeah, I'll go to move, past move. There you go.
There we go. Okay, yeah.
Show the diary. Take this.
Take this! What's that?
It's a book, you dummy. It's Kazuma's diary.
Just before he died, Kazuma-sama wrote something rather strange in his diary.
Strange? In what way? Strange like me.
He wrote, what looks like some kind of speckled man is dangling from the ventilator grill.
A speckled man? That is strange.
Yes, we're still trying to work out what he meant by that. But what I'd like to know is,
Don't tell me. The ventilator isn't.
You're very astute, Inspector.
I went to Harvard. Yeah. That ventilator clearly joins the next door cabin.
that's right. So if we could investigate in there, we might be able to work out what the speckled band was.
Alright then.
Huh?
I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next port. The captain has given me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see. I'll have to entrust the investigation to you.
Really? You're willing to do that?
Yes, as long as you don't leave the first class cabin area. I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs, though.
But what about the captain? Aren't you going against his direct orders?
I've got more ketchup on my face.
I can seduce the take care of the captain.
I am a seaman, after all. I'm a man of my word. I'm gonna push my glasses up just to show you how much of a man of my word I am. And I promise you that I will lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain. After all, I failed to keep Asaki-san safe.
True.
This is the least I can do.
Thank you.
Let's seize the moment then, Naruto-san. Just select move and then we can leave this cabin at last.
I mean, we could just walk. Move. Alright, let's see what we can find out.
Okay, we'll go back. Move. Okay, I guess we're going in here. 9th January, 7:48 a.m. First class cabin passageway.
Is that cheese? Is that a mousetrap? What is
Sure
that
is.
down there?
Yeah, that's a mousetrap.
Okay.
Which is a really ancient mousetrap.
Yeah. Woo! I'm finally out of that cabin. No in-flight movie. I'm out of here.
I'm out of here.
I have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting. It's less spacious out here than I thought it would be, and this is the most luxurious accommodation.
Yes, indeed. Kazuma-sama was being sent on this study tour by the government. That's why he was being put up in a first-class cabin. Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation in steerage.
Really? That must be awful.
Ooh.
Oh, look over there. That's another crewman keeping watch, and he looks enormous, even if he's sitting down.
Nice. Look at that guy.
Thick.
Look.
The door next to him leads to the second class accommodation. I suppose he's making sure no one comes in here who shouldn't.
I suppose. Like people in handcuffs.
Naruto-san, you look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. I would have thought you'd be used to the ship by now. We've been at sea for 2 weeks already.
Well, yes, I know. But the thing is, I was inside Kazuma's trunk when I first came aboard. And ever since then, I've been shut up inside that little wardrobe.
It must have been a very trying time for you. Almost as bad as the plight that women have to go through every day, getting 70 cents on the dollar.
Please don't give me that pitying look.
It's a little unsettling that there's no music in this area.
Yeah, he's just staring.
Alright, I guess we just examined. Awesome. Awesome.
Always watching.
Always watching.
That's a huge book on top of the table there, and there's a pen next to it.
Yes, that looks like the ship's log.
Shall we have a little look through it? Dot.
My back again! The writing is so neat and precise, every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded.
You wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such beautiful handwriting. And nothing. No reaction at all. I thought he might appreciate the compliment.
I'm not sure that rough and ready is much of a compliment, Naruto-san, even to a sailor. Anyway, last night's log is mostly blank.
Presumably, that means there was nothing to report.
Even though big and strong, still have feelings.
Look at me. I'm very sad over
My
here.
shirt does not fit.
Ugh. Oh, nobody looked at my belly button. That is my worst fear. Ooh, let me just,
Yes.
can I get it? Damn it. No. Let me just center it on that belly button there. There we go. Yeah, there it is.
Don't touch my belly button.
Excuse me, but could I ask you something?
You little stowaway murderer.
What's so wrong with his face? You see the lines?
No. I didn't see him.
That wasn't a good start, was it?
Alright, let me try instead. Oh, yeah.
He's got a little sunburn.
Yeah. Huh. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm so sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask something of you?
You little third-class lady's maid.
Oh. That was kind of mean.
Damn, put down. We seem to have caught the sailor on a bad day, Susato-san.
I am not sailor. My mother give me name. I am senior crewman, Biff Strongnov.
Biff Stroganoff.
Beef.
Nice.
Ooh, the best thing to avoid eye contact, I think. Miss Stroganov, about the first class cabin area.
My name's Mr. Stroganoff.
Miss
Not Miss.
Stroganoff.
Not Miss. I'm man, not a woman.
You little boy. Here we are in the finest part of Broom, steamship, for some very important persons.
What sort of very important persons?
Government officials, kings and queens, traveling in secret, many important persons. Especially Strognov. That is why I am getting place.
Gosh, that's amazing.
But somehow, I let stupid stowaway inside. I want to pick you up and throw you in ocean, but Strognov is not animal.
Thank you.
Man, I love a good beef stroganoff. Anyway,
If I may, I was wondering, is the cabin next to Mr. Asagi's currently occupied?
Duh.
Mr. Sato-san, did you understand that?
It sounded like da. Isn't it like da da?
Da.
I think it's probably Russian for yes or no.
It means duh.
Maybe. So?
Genius.
It is not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation.
Well, it sounds like there is somebody in the next door cabin at least.
Yes, it's tantalizing. So tantalizing.
Could you tell us who's traveling in the cabin next to Mr. Asagi's?
Dot. His name is Mr. Grimsby Roylott. He is very important Western gentleman.
Grimsby Royal. Wow. What a name.
A Western gentleman.
Do not think about it. He has nothing to do with murder of student boy, of little boy, puny boy.
Puny boy.
How can you be so sure about that?
Look at you. You're very puny boy. I am very sure. Look at me. These arms could break bricks.
My left bosom is bigger than your head. Mr. Roylott is authentic Western gentleman. Such a man would have no interest in lowly students from insignificant Far East islands.
Even the Russian guy could tell that we're Japanese.
Yeah.
Herlock was like, "Ooh, you're Russian."
That was harsh.
Could you tell us when Mr. Royal came aboard?
Dot. That is none your business.
Come to think of it, even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now, and I've been in Kazuma's cabin the entire time, I've never once heard anything from the next door cabin, or even felt like there's anyone there.
Well, presumably, since this gentleman is occupying one of the first class cabins. He must be rather important. Is that right?
Oh, that is not your business.
Wow.
Only Putin.
Only Putin.
There is only Putin.
Are you on watch here all the time, Seaman Stroganov?
Duh. All time. So criminals like you cannot come in or get out.
I wonder, do they not have C's in their language? They only have K's? Could you tell us anything about last night at all?
It is not important. Putin says K. It's strong. It is sad about student boy.
Were you on watch last night as well?
Dot. Of course.
And did you notice anything at the time? Anything unusual?
Dot. Processing. Hit.
Wow. Beat the shit out of us.
Yeah. So Sato-san, did you understand that?
It was clearly a no.
Or an aggressively passionate yes.
I saw nothing unusual. Nothing at all.
And you didn't hear any strange noises or sense anything was wrong in some way?
I said no.
Sorry. I am not so sure.
Yeah, clearly something happened.
Yeah.
He's probably mad because he went to the bathroom or something. And,
Mr. Candy Cane.
yeah.
I would have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there.
You will catch these hands.
You will. These are Putin's hands.
This is enough. I cannot say more now.
Oh,
It is time for me to report to Captain. You must return to cabin.
yes, alright. So we're gonna explore the next room.
I thought so too.
Bulkhead to second class area is staying locked at all times. You escape when the lobster whistles on top of the mountain, or as English say, when pigs fly.
Yes, I understand.
Huh.
Good. Now we can investigate this area properly, shall we?
What? Okay, I thought we were going back to the room.
All right.
Definitely.
Sure. Why not? Works for me.
He's just gonna leave the door unattended?
I guess so. Let's take a look at this real quick.
This looks like a plan of the SS Brühe. It shows each deck. Look.
The Brua is a large-scale steamship with a triple-skinned hull. What a marvel of engineering.
Oh, it's not like the Titanic.
I was about to say, I hope we don't get an iceberg.
Well, it's been playing on my mind for a while now, actually, but... How is it such a huge lump of metal doesn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean?
Oh, that's really quite simple, Naruhodo-san. You must not go to any classes.
Is it? It is?
Well, let me just put my book back into my little arm pouch.
Yeah.
Consider the Japanese archipelago.
Geppetto?
Geppetto.
The islands of Japan?
You know what that just made me think of? You remember... This is just a little side thing before we get back to this. Do you remember the Geppetto movie? It was an ABC movie.
Sounds familiar. Live action?
Yeah, it was a live action one starring Drew Carey as Geppetto.
Yes.
What a time.
What a time.
What a time when Drew Carey was actually like an actor.
Yeah.
And he wasn't just like the host of Who's Line and
It was such a weird role for him. Like,
Yeah.
It was kind of out of nowhere.
yeah.
But man, cashing in on that Pinocchio money.
Yeah. No, definitely cash another Pinocchio money. Yes, they're not metal, but they're enormous lumps of earth and many times larger than the ship. And they don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the sea since the gods created them.
Well, I suppose so.
Wow. Riveting.
Ship protocols? So we did read that book. That's
Yeah,
right.
we did. I wanted an average. The cheese.
Oh boy, I'm hungry.
Ah, a trap for catching mice.
Yes, we have plenty of those back home in Japan. Although they seem to be using a lump of chalk or something as bait.
Let me pull my book back out of my sleeve. Let me see. Yes, I think that's what they call cheese. It's made from the milk of cows.
Don't have cheese in Japan?
I guess. I don't think they do, actually. I don't think they really do dairy for that much, other than like.
Well, yeah,
Milk
because they have
tea
like
and-
soy stuff, but like
Yeah,
that's kind
usually,
of
yeah. So maybe they're not familiar with cheese, or maybe they might have cheese now.
Yeah, I was
but-
say they definitely have pizza over there now.
Yeah,
But-
yeah. I think I forget what fast food restaurant it is or whatever, but I think it's KFC in Japan does like what is it called what is it, chitza or something like
Chitza.
that, where it's literally the chicken, they take a chicken breast, fry it like Kentucky Fried Chicken, and then they put all the toppings and stuff.
Uh-huh.
It's the sauce, the cheese, the pepperoni on top of it.
Oh.
I think they call it a chitza.
So it's just chicken with pizza with cheese and pepperoni.
Yeah, on top.
Huh.
So it's a pizza, but instead of bread, it's chicken.
If you dip it in marinara, that might actually taste all right. Or ranch.
Yeah,
That'd be a good combination.
yeah. Wild.
Cheese. I wonder what it tastes like.
You can't eat it, Naruhodo-san. The trap will snap shut on your fingers.
Really? But, I suppose you're right.
Wow. Real.
It's just an empty void of knowledge in that book.
I guess I don't know. You weren't actually going to try it, were you?
All I've had to eat for the past couple of weeks is Cosmo's leftovers. You don't know how hungry I've been in that wardrobe.
Poor you. I'll find a little snack for you later.
All right.
Cool.
I don't know.
Maybe we examine the door.
Maybe. Number 1. Oh, yeah, because we gotta go to the left.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Not our cabin. It's Cosmo-sama's.
Sorry?
Your accommodations is confined to that wardrobe inside the cabin.
You know how to make a stowaway feel small, don't you? As small as the wardrobe I've been calling home.
Man,
Ruthless.
these cabins are the finest on the ship. My own cabin in steerage is number 539, by the way. Just in case you want to know.
500 and... How many cabins are there? I guess we won't know the answer to that question.
I guess we won't. Let's see. I guess this one?
This is it. This is the cabin next to ours. The one the ventilator connects to.
Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-sama wrote that he saw a speckled band emerging.
Maybe whoever's in that cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Let's ask.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
Dot, 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 dot.
No answer.
Didn't Sholmes go there?
Yeah, I thought so. We're out of luck, it seems. There's no one in there to help with our inquiries.
How annoying. Oh, okay.
Maybe...
Fire alarm? Can we go that way?
That's the way to the second-class area of the ship.
Dot, 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 dot.
Is something wrong?
I was just thinking about making a run for it, just for a moment. Things aren't exactly going well for me.
I might be wrong, but I imagine the moment you reach for your handle for the handle of the door, that burly seaman would surely shoot you dead.
Cosmo said that to me once.
Oh dear, I'm sorry. Perhaps I went a little too far there. Plotting your death. That's fine.
It's fine. You must die. What?
You must die. What?
No. I started it with my talk of running away. And there's no way I could run away while Cosmo's death remains a mystery anyway. Alrighty then.
Well, this is
Fire alarm?
Where's the fire alarm?
That
Right here.
thing, that little, that buzzer. What do you think this is? It's a very pleasing shape, isn't it? I wonder why.
Why is it a pleasing shape?
Uh-huh.
That's the emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch it.
Oh, an alarm.
It says, press only in times of emergency. It looks as though it sets alarm bells ringing all over the ship and brings the vessels to a complete stop.
Oh, this I have to see.
What are you doing, Naruto-san? You mustn't touch it.
But this is an emergency situation. Just look at these handcuffs.
Well, that's a new pose.
Yeah.
You know full well that's not what the alarm is for. She got her hands on her hip. She's about to go,
Uh-huh. Judo throw.
If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be in a worse situation.
Ha. I wish everything would just stop. This ship included.
If you have to do something foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect anyone else.
Ah! Whatever that was. What was that? It came from inside the cabin.
Such a high-pitched scream. It must have been a woman.
A woman! Stand aside.
Stand aside.
Oh.
Oh, God.
I'm about to break the door down.
Mr. Sholmes!
I shan't be stopped. When the fit is on me, I revel in kicking doors off their hinges.
Please, wait, Mr. Sholmes. The door doesn't appear to be bolted.
It doesn't? Then how the deuce can I dispatch this muscular urge? What, pray, can I kick?
I think we should go in. There's no time to think about stress relief.
Oh, boy.
9th January. First class. Cabin number 2.
Cool. Oh, he's got a beard.
He's got a beard.
Who are you?
A Western gentleman? This man looks Russian to me. We heard a woman scream.
A woman? Don't be absurd. As you can see, there's nobody but me in this cabin.
How much do you want to bet that that's actually that princess in disguise? The ballerina in disguise.
Gotta be.
Yep.
Covering up a lot of the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
True, this old man does appear to be the only person in here. But in that case, who just screamed?
Get out. All of you. Now.
Please excuse the intrusion, but you're Mr. Grinsby Roylott, I believe.
Yes, that's me. And you are?
I am the one and only
Oh,
the
here he
actual
goes again.
Sherlock Holmes. You've heard of me, no doubt.
No.
I got it.
Oh, that was perfect. That was perfect. Oh.
I am a great detective among great detectives.
Wow. What a sentence.
Yeah.
One who adorns the covers of popular magazines, no less. So I assure you, you may trust me completely.
You know what this reminds me of? You remember from Harry Potter, the second one?
Mm-hmm.
What's his name?
So you're talking about the instructor
Yeah.
who works as the teacher
Defen-
at the dark art, inventor of dark arts.
Yeah, but he was just a super famous dude that plagiarized like all of his
Hack.
work and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. And he was only good with memory charms, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Gilderoy. That's what his name was.
That's right.
Gilderoy. This guy is fucking Gilderoy from Harry Potter. He's
Starting to
just
look like
a
it.
complete hack.
This man uses the magazine like a business card. It's true.
A detective? I do not trust detectives.
We distinctly heard a scream emanating from within these walls. But there wouldn't appear to be a lady concealing herself within the wardrobe this time.
What's in the bag?
So might I be as bold to ask you to open up that small traveling case?
What? Don't be stupid. How could anyone fit in a small trunk like that?
Yeah, she's a ballerina. She's pretty flexible.
Well, it's quite fashionable these days, is it not, traveling inside one's trunk?
Seems to be. Don't look at me. Oh,
Yep.
Oh my! Did you see that, Mr. Naruhodo? Did you see that?
the books and stuff are sideways.
Yeah. Huh.
Yes, the case just shook.
Leave, now, otherwise I'll call the steward.
So this is Kazuma's neighbor, Mr. Grimsby Roylott.
Why does he have a pair of scissors?
It's very strange.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. This strange Russian man is hiding something.
I couldn't agree more.
What?
Let's see if we can find some clues before that burly sailor returns. All right, I guess we're just in here now.
I guess so.
All right, let's examine this.
Uh,
Oh, he's just chilling over here. All right.
good for him.
Hey, don't worry about me. I'm just gonna chill. I'm just gonna vibe.
I'm
over
just
here.
vibing over here.
Look at me. I'm Sherlock Holmes.
What do you think you're doing?
Ah! My back!
This is my cabin. Get out.
Can we just have a quick look inside your traveling case, perhaps?
No.
Just spot on with that. Huh, what a pity. I think we're out of luck.
I think you're right.
There doesn't appear to be anything more we can do.
I agree, but there may be someone else who can help. Perhaps that great detective could get us somewhere with Mr. Roylott. Hey, asshole.
Hey, wake up, asshole.
Do you have a moment, please, Mr. Sholmes?
Ah, yes. I am the great detective, Sherlock Holmes. You need only address me as Holmes.
That's what I just did, isn't it? Well, Mr. Sholmes, what were you doing in there?
Why, I was resting, of course. My back hurts.
Resting?
Indeed, I was contemplating our sea voyage from the confines of the wardrobe whilst waiting. Waiting for the inevitable time that you would need me to call my great powers of deduction into service. My back again! I keep having these spasms. Oh! And it would seem that the hour is upon us now. The time has come. You must die. Am I mistaken?
Well, no, actually, you're spot on for once.
Observe closely.
He's got something in there.
Our Russian host in this cabin, Mr. Roylott, is clearly trying to hide something. And do you know what the most effective weapon to use against a Russian hiding a secret?
Vodka.
Yeah.
Why? The truth, of course.
Oh, that too, I guess.
Though it should be pointed out that such methods are not exclusively for the Russians.
Right.
Can you imagine how the Russian will react when the secret he guards so closely is exposed? Would you like to witness it?
Oh, yes, please.
Well then, what you're about to see may well astound you. For I am about to apply my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to this case. My God, that sucked.
It's like he gets paid every time he says the word detective in a sentence.
right.
Could this man be a more hackneyed portrayal of a dubious Russian, I ask you?
What?
From time to time, it occurs to me. Is the fellow dubious on account of his Russianness, or Russian on account of his dubiousness? What the?
Sure.
I really don't think either of those things should be occurring to you or anyone.
That's right. And Mr. Sholmes. I know this man's beard and dark glasses are hard to ignore, especially on first meeting, but I once read,
Here we go.
it is a capital mistake to theorize before you have all the evidence. It biases the judgment.
Shh! I must have complete silence.
What are you doing? Why are you peering at my face like that?
Ah, just as I thought. Yes, I have quite made up my mind now. There can be no other explanation that accommodates all the facts. Mr. Roylott, I've reached two incontrovertible conclusions.
What do you mean?
Number one, your true identity is that of a villain. Using those shears, you are about to end the existence of something most dear. Are you not? And number two, the other conclusion I have drawn. You are, at this very moment, no less, in the midst of committing a most grievous crime. Beneath that beard, your mouth quivers with nervous tension as you realize you have been discovered. Does it not?
Oh, Naruto-san, I never imagined I would witness one of Mr. Sholmes' great deductions with my own eyes.
That was a great deduction?
He just said stuff to get a reaction out of the guy.
Yeah.
Nothing can deceive Mr. Sholmes. In a single glance, he can deduce all there is to know about a person.
What? What ineffable twaddle.
Ah, yes. I've read about his countless times in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes,
Oh, here we go again.
and now I've experienced the astonishing impact of his great deduction firsthand.
Are you waiting on a check in the mail?
Yes, I am! Yay, money! Yes, this is like a dream come true.
You can hardly believe it, but all the color is drained from Mr. Roylott's face. It looks like somehow both of Mr. Sholmes' conclusions were right. How?
How could you?
How could I possibly know such things, you wish to say? Very well, then. I shall elucidate. Stop saying elucidate.
He really likes that word.
He really does.
I shall explain how it was I arrived at this pair of conclusions. So do I cordially invite you upon a journey of logical discovery. Let us board the train of reasoning. Choo-choo. Put plainly, let us work through my deductions together.
Oh, here we go. Uh-huh.
The great deduction. The game is afoot. Oh my god. Topic 1. The old man's identity.
So, the dubious-looking Russian Mr. Roylott, obviously what catches the eye in the first place,
The beard? Oh, the scissors, yeah.
is the enormous pair of shears in your hand. Now we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an implement? The answer, of course, is staring us right in the face. You were on the verge of using those shears to cut away the copious beard you sport. Now, moving on. I'm gonna slide over here now. The question then begged is this. Why would you desire to rid yourself of this magnificent beard, Mr. Roylott? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter.
Where did you get the spotlight?
I had it installed while you were turned around. Regard, if you will, the morning's newspaper, in particular the fascinating front page article, which it appears you have read also, Mr. Roylott.
Oh, this tissue.
I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. In translation, the headline reads, Revolutionary Violent Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. I'm going to slide in here real quick. As you cannot fail to observe, the subject of the article possesses an extremely copious beard.
Oh,
The spotlight's back on you.
thank God for shades.
Having noted the article yourself, you decided to remove your incriminating facial hair before it gave you away. In short, your true identity is beyond doubt. You are the fearsome Russian revolutionary himself, violent Bolshevik. Not that I've heard of you myself, you understand. Checks in the mail. God damn.
Yeah.
Wrongdoing. Now, as for my second conclusion. The spotlight's back on you.
Oh.
You are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime.
Oh.
And the proof of this crime, over there.
Oh.
Oh yes, Mr. Robot. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes astray, you see.
Ha!
And I assure you, the eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth.
How can you see? I have shades.
The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, that traveling case. It is time, I think, that the case be opened and its contents laid bare.
No, I refuse.
What could you possibly be concealing inside, we ask? By my estimation. A young lady, perhaps. One slight enough to fit therein.
Don't be absurd.
And what, pray, would be the identity of this young lady in the traveling case? Dear me, we are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless coup duel betrays you. Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason you refuse to open your traveling case can equally be found in the pages of this newspaper, where there is another, most stimulating article. If we turn from the fleeing revolutionary to the back page, renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Such a headline can lead us to but one conclusion. Your crime is that of abduction. And according to the article, the young lady's name is Nikolina Pavlova. Kidnapping of a young ballerina.
It's not true.
This concludes Sherlock Sholmes' great deduction of this Russian enigma. Elemensky.
Okay.
That must be, you must not be able to say elementary.
Yep.
Probably.
That's probably copyrighted too.
I thought Susato-san, that wasn't one of the great deductions I've been hearing so much about, was it?
Well, the stories are full of Mr. Sholmes' brilliant deductions, you know. But that did seem a little different somehow.
Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes, could you come over here a moment?
Were you not amused by my deduction? It was amazing, wasn't it? Pray, what can I do for you?
It's about your deductions. Would you mind?
Not at all. Go on. Revel in them. They were amazing, weren't they? Tell me how great I was.
Well, to start with, there's the newspaper article. I think we had the same discussion before, but these two men look nothing like each other.
Ah, yes. I recall our discussion earlier, and at the time, I believe I told you that the man is a revolutionary. Well, able to revolutionize his own appearance.
In fairness to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Wyatt does look more like this man than you do.
That's not the point. And another thing, the part about him abducting the ballerina.
Indeed, a truly startling revelation. At first glance, the case would appear too small to accommodate a young woman.
Not just at first glance, it is too small, clearly. You'd be lucky to fit a 5-year-old child into that case, even if you pushed real hard.
I don't suppose the missing ballerina is 5 years old. Is a 5-year-old child, is she?
You mean you don't know? Can you pose? Now. No, the young lady is 15.
My back! No, I didn't know. How could I?
Well, if she's 15, then 10 years worth of her would be poking out from that case.
Huh.
Weird sentence. Some years ago, I read something pertinent, I believe. A troop of men consuming vinegar daily in order to promote a certain lithiness in their bodies.
Ew.
All right.
Vinegar?
For such a sour bunch, it would surely be simplicity itself to contort oneself into the confines of that small case.
Oh dear, you might be thinking of contortionists in the circus, Mr. Sholmes.
This whole thing is turning into a circus.
Mr. Naruhodo, something's occurred to me about Mr. Sholmes' deductions just now. I think his powers of observation are, well, magical. His eyes cut to the heart of the matter almost instantly. It's just where he directs his attention and his logic that seems a little off.
Your idea of a little may be a little off itself, Mr. Sato.
It's just one or two keywords in his deduction that seem to let him down. So I was wondering if we might perhaps tactfully switch them for alternatives. What do you think?
Switch some keywords in his deductions.
Yes, but very tactfully. I feel sure if we could do that, we'd unlock the true genius of Mr. Sholmes' great deduction.
Precisely the thought that was going through my own mind.
This man is a lot of work.
At times, I wonder how anyone puts up with me. Ha 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 ha. Ooh, ha, ha, ooh, I straight very bad.
This has been a guess. It's not that funny.
Ah, and you, my good fellow,
Sorry?
take a moment to look at your wrists.
My wrists?
Hey, we're free! Where are your handcuffs?
Huh? How did...
I felt that they may hinder your ability to follow me in our dance of deduction.
I don't believe it.
Mr. Sholmes, you are a marvel. You're like an Avenger. Like Iron Man.
And don't worry, I shall restore the shackles to your wrists when we are finished.
I'm not worried. In fact, I'd rather stay like this.
So, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular.
Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Oh boy.
Here we go.
So, the dubious-looking Russian, Mr. Royla, obviously what catches the eye in the first place. I think this is a good place to stop it.
I think so. We're at 56 minutes.
So we are going to correct the what can only be described as inept Mr. Herlock Sholmes here. We are going to correct him next time on Seismic Heroes.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe, everybody. Goodbye.